everyone, welcome to another episode of Tea Time with Tommy, the pro wrestling podcast with Tommy and me, Brittany, for today's episode. No NORBZ today, though. He had to go to some big dinner event, kind of just leave us hanging here, but that's totally okay.
NORBZ senses
what are your thoughts, Tommy? Anyways, on this episode, we have Prince of Rome, D3, Italian professional wrestler. Woo! Thank you so much for being on the podcast today.
Thank you, guys. Good evening, Thomas, and good evening, Brittany. Thank you for inviting me in this podcast. Thank you so much. Really happy to be here.
Thank you for coming on, D3.
Problem. Anyways, to start things off, how about you introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us about what inspired you to become a wrestler?
Okay, so I come from Rome, Italy, born and raised. So I started watching pro wrestling when I was around 10 years old in Rome. That's pretty weird. So, and the weird part about my career in Italy is, wrestling is famous. A lot of people watch wrestling, but, it's not famous like to do wrestling or nothing like that. So the main thing is soccer for us, or cinema, just to think about become a pro wrestler in our country is like become an astronaut. So something like really far. And I remember I watched the wrestling for the first time around 10 years old, and it was amazing. I don't know. I fell in love with wrestling immediately. And that's the only thing that I always explain. Sometimes people ask me why you pick wrestling, or why, you like pro wrestling. Pretty much, I don't know why. It's the same when you fall in love with someone, yeah, you know what you like, but at the end of the day, you just feel, the butterfly on your stomach, and you just know that you need that person. In my case, I felt that I need to be involved in the pro wrestling and to stay with the pro wrestling. I can stay without. That's the best way to explain what wrestling means for me, maybe.
Wow, amazing, D3. Thank you for sharing that with us. Question is, of course, we all of us wrestling fans know you from AEW. So I want to ask, how's that experience been being part of AEW?
It's amazing experience. I started to work with them last year in August, so during the pandemic situation. So usually, the pandemic was bad for a lot of people all around the world. In my case, not. So I'm lucky because I work a lot during the pandemic situation, and I have to be grateful for that. And I love AEW. It's over there is like a paradise place, pretty much. All the people in the backstage help you. It's a great atmosphere. That's why I think we work that well in the ring, and even the fans, I think, love AEW that much, because they can see there is a family behind the scene. Is not just a TV show or nothing like that. It's more than that. They have a great plans, and to the what matters for me, it's to be the first Italian and only now working with AEW in a history. And so I want to represent my country in the best way as possible. It's a big responsibility to be the only Italian in a history working for AEW and working for the main company like AEW. So the first instinct for me was to not just do the best things for myself, but for my country, most of all, and for my city. Rome is a huge city, it's a famous city, and I'm proud to be Roman. I'm proud to be Italian, and proud to work, or to, that the people have someone to represent themselves in a big company like AEW.
Nice.
Yeah. For sure. I'm curious, what has been the most memorable part about working with AEW, or maybe the most memorable match that you've done with them?
I don't know. I never had a pay-per-view matches or nothing like that yet. I hope so one day. And I don't know, maybe the most memorial match was not I want to tell you two moments. So one was outside of the ring. So I was not involved in a in a match, but I was, on the ring side, and it was the blood and guts, so the cage match, because it was the first time with the live crowd, with the main capacity in the daily space, and definitely that was a great moment to see the fans come back finally. And because working like for a lot of months with no people, it's weird, because wrestling is for the people. It's not like the cinema that you do in front of the camera. At the end of the day, you go to a theater and watch the movie. Wrestling without fans is definitely not the same. Of course, we had to do it for the pandemic, but it's not the same. Another moment, it was maybe, I don't know, that's weird. Pick a match. I don't know. I don't really know. Maybe the match with Janela.
That was a good one.
I think it was a really good match, and Joy was really nice. Pretty much everybody were really nice with me and helped me so much. Another good moment probably was the debut on Dynamite, even it was just for a few minutes, but working in the ring with Phoenix and Puck. It definitely is an honor to share the ring with these people. So even it was like for maybe 2 minutes, but still be there. Just to be there for us is a lot. Think about 10 years ago. Just think about like an Italian wrestlers from Italy, so born and raised, a citizen, being a backstage with companies like AEW or WWE's, big companies all around the world, even New Japan. It was like impossible like 10 years ago, and now it's more believable because I'm there. So be in the ring and share moments with wrestlers like that. It means so much. And sometimes people from United States, they don't understand that because they have wrestling so close and they watch pretty much wrestling is a part of their culture. And even Canada, it's with the Hart family. And for us, it's not like that. We don't have that kind of culture, that tradition with the pro wrestling. So that's my main goal. My main goal one day, the people from my country have more opportunities and have one day maybe a culture in our country, not only to travel outside to find opportunity. That's my main goal.
I want to give you credit, D3, sir, from how many times you got suplexed by Joey Janela that match. I give you credit of bouncing back. But yeah, 3 straight.
Jesus.
You were one
3 times,
tough guy.
3 times. That was tough. That was tough. No, the tough one was the DVD outside. That was the toughest thing for that match.
Wow.
It was that valet driver outside, and over there I was like dead already. He threw me in, and then the the 3 brain busters. It were definitely like really hard to take it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the toughest wrestler in the whole world right now. I truly mean it. So that's wow. One tough guy.
we have to be tough. We have to be tough. We have to be tough. If you're not tough enough, you can be a part of this business. It's a really hard business for so many reasons, not only in a ring, but even outside. You travel a lot. You don't sleep that much. You train a lot. You take a lot of bumps. You risk your career. Sometimes people don't think about that, but it's true. Every single time you step in the ring, it could be the last one, technically. So you have to really be trained very well and be careful what you're doing and take care about yourself and your opponent at the same time and entertain the crowd. So it's really hard business because that's what I always tell that to the people. You do so many jobs in one because you're an actor, you're an athlete, you're performers, you're a stuntman. So it's you too many jobs in just one at the same time.
Absolutely. That's why you guys are true athletes. So I gotta ask that. I love that the Prince of Rome, the nickname. Where did that originate from? That's such an amazing nickname, D3.
It's okay. When I debuted in my career in Rome, I was the Dirty Diamond. So to explain the D, it was that dirty diamond. So because when you're young, you're like a dirty diamond. And then I became years later. So I evolved my character pretty much. It was always the same D3, but just explain the nickname in a different way. Beginning the dirty diamond, and then in between it was golden boy. So a little bit upgrade. And then finally 40 years ago, I said like maybe it's time to, upgrade again who I am. And I started working like in the States. So definitely I was in the United States. I'm representing my city and my country. So Rome is so famous for so many reasons, but not for wrestling, as I start to make Rome proud, even in a wrestling world. So, and I said like, why don't you use Prince of Rome? Because I don't consider myself a king. I never would be a king. In our city, the king is just the only one, as a legend soccer player. So I never will be a king. But a prince, is nice. At the same time, the concept of the prince, that you represent your people, is not about prince like in a noble idea, in a monarchy idea. I'm not that kind of prince, but it's more like, is really like someone that represent his country or his city, in this case, the Prince of Rome. It's pretty much the talent of Rome, something like that. The proud of Rome.
Before Brett asks a question, D3, is the King of Rome? Is that Roberto Baggio?
No. It's Francesco Totti.
Totti
is the King of Rome.
I apologize to you and all fans of Italy. That's my fault. I should have known Totti.
Roberto Baggio is another legend too. So, and I love him too. He's on Netflix now. The movie about his career. So yeah,
definitely.
Do you hope to get a Netflix special one day?
Oh yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
Why not?
I can do definitely. I have like a weird stories, so and they can do a movie one day. Why not?
Okay.
A guy from Rome, Italy, like came in United States by himself, started a career in his country, then travel Europe, then move to the other part of the ocean in another continent and make a name for himself by himself, and start working here, and and be the the face of the Italian pro wrestling and the international, in the wrestling world, is definitely like already a good base story to tell, and then you can put the details around.
Yeah, of
Why
course.
not?
And
yes.
if you weren't playing yourself, what actor would you love to play you?
Oh my God, that's okay. Love is different than the real one. I don't know who can be me. I don't know. My brother always, when I was a kid, he told me like, you become like Adam Sandler one day. I look like you, but I'm but I don't see him like playing my I don't know, my character, who I am. I don't know. That's weird. Maybe a Christian Bale. I will like it. I think it's more, I don't know, realistic one to do like a serious movie. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Christian Bale maybe is a good pick.
What about that guy from Miles Teller? Well, Miles Teller.
I don't know him.
He played the drummer. I forget the movie. Britt, do you know? D3, do you guys?
Whiplash?
Whiplash. The guy that played Whiplash, D3. You know the drummer? It was a famous movie. Teller. Something Miles Teller. Okay. He kind of has your look, so and he's pretty famous. So I was just look him up. I think
I have to look on Google. Definitely, yes, I have to. I have to.
Yeah, and so throughout this interview, you've been like talking about how you want to be the Italian wrestler to sort of make a precedent for younger kids in Italy, because of course soccer is a very prominent sport there. But how are you going to make wrestling prominent in Italy?
How? I think I have to do big things in internationally, and because people in our country follow wrestling, but just the big promotions. So it's like WWE, AEW, or New Japan, Mexico, not that much. It depends. But I think the only way to make wrestling popular as a culture in our country, or to help the new generation to grow as a pro wrestler too, is to have a big name. So no, become like The Rock, but in my country. To do that, I have to work with the best in this business. If you work with the best in the business, then I can come back and I can, share the experience that I have, and then you open, I don't know, an academy. I have a dream. I want to open a university of wrestling in my country. It's not an academy, it's a university, because wrestling is that art. It's same like Harvard. To learn to be a good pro wrestler, you have to study like be a Harvard, same thing. So it's not different. And that's my dream. I want to come back one day and open this University of Wrestling and help the kids to start in our country in the right way. And then if they want it, just move outside or do experience outside. But you don't have to, like I did it, move it by yourself and start to make connection from zero by yourself. Because all the career that I did in Europe, pretty much when you come to the States or other countries, it doesn't count that much. It counts as an experience, but not as a name. It doesn't. So I started at 17, but then when I moved like at 23 years old in the States, pretty much they saw my skills in the ring, but they never heard my name. So, that's the hard part too.
Wow, no, that is
But
so amazing, D3. I just keep that dream going, make that university. I mean, that's amazing from my side.
Yeah, I told you the only way, I think it's 100% like that. Regal did it in England. If you think about it, the country that grows like Germany or England and Europe, it's because they had people working with the best, and then they came back and shared the experience and in their territories. And we have to do the same thing pretty much. So I have to still be here. I have to be here working all around. It doesn't matter like the name of the company, but work with the best. It could be go in Mexico, go in Japan tomorrow morning. So it doesn't matter. Like, I don't limitate it myself. Like, try working with the best, leave a name in this business, then come back, and then with the name that you have it, because more name you have and more people listen to you. Even if you say that's not about wrestling, that's in a word, it works like this. If I say something and tomorrow The Rock say the same thing, what he say is, it means more for the people, just because the people listen the name. Even in a politic, it works like that. So that's what I have to do. I have to make a name for myself, and people start listening to you, care what you say, and that's the only way that Italy can exist in this business. More exist, but it's like, it's not that much. It's not like, definitely not like England, and not like Japan. It's not like Mexico and United States and Canada. That's the main countries to be a pro wrestler.
No, and I just want to say, like, if me and Britt and Norbs can go to this university when you make it, if we can apply and you can accept us, I have 4 degrees already, D3, so I can go for a 5th one. So if you, Britt's saying don't go to school anymore, perfect. But I mean, I'm down.
You can come in Rome whenever you want it. Absolutely, yes.
Get that 5th degree, right? But absolutely. I gotta ask, if you had a dream match, a 6-man tag team, you got 2 partners against 3 other wrestlers, it could be past or present, who would those wrestlers be? I think The Rock would be one of them, because you mentioned him, but who else would it be involved in that 6-man tag team with you?
Yeah, but The Rock against is better against.
Okay.
But I don't want to pick The Rock. Let it keep him like, I don't know, a special guest. I don't know, a ring announcer, special guest.
Okay.
And sorry, I like tag team for sure, Mysterio, and unfortunately Guerrero. But it's a dream match that I'm not able to do it. But if I have to pick like Eddie Guerrero and Mysterio, it's more realistic one. My partners, Phoenix and Penta.
Oh.
If I can pick. It's more, I don't want to say more realistic, but, more than Mysterio and Guerrero, definitely, yes. Against, oh my God, that's hard. I don't know. Against maybe, I don't know, Jericho, Uh, oh, that's really hard. Uh, Jericho, Shawn Michaels, and RVD. I don't know, something like that.
Oh,
I don't
and,
know. I don't know. Maybe it's hard. It's hard to pick. There's so many people that I like. So
1, 2, 3 Kid as a ref. Remember the 1, 2, 3 Kid
yeah,
back in
of
the
course.
yeah.
Pac. Yeah, the Pac. Yeah,
Nice.
Pac Shulman. Yeah, Woolman. Sean Woolman, I think is his
Yeah.
name.
Great choices.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day we can do a 6-man match against like D3, and then you'll have me on your team, and then Tommy on your team too. Okay, we'll
You know,
have
you guys don't want me on your team. I'll be the manager outside. You guys, water
You
boy.
let me.
I'll be the
You let me
water
do
boy.
all the job, pretty much.
Yeah,
I'll be the water boy for you too.
Anyways, to wrap things up, is there anything else that you would like to share, D3?
Maybe the extra stuff that I did it, like beside wrestling, because I accomplished with wrestling, but I being part of the Italians Got Talent, so it's like Americans Got Talent for you as a wrestler. So I didn't sing, I didn't do nothing like that with the ring. So with wrestling, so they put a
Oh,
ring
congrats.
in a stage, and we did a match, and we arrived until the semifinal. So we passed the semifinal, and then we lost. Unfortunately, we lost the finals. It was the first time the wrestling was involved in in kind of a talent show. It's like Italians Got Talent. I did that in 2013 with a big promotion. It was a big promotion in Europe. It was NWE. I call it New Wrestling Evolution. They're famous because they did the comeback of Ultimate Warrior in Madrid. Well, maybe you heard about
I heard
that.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like 15,000 people in Madrid against Orlando Jordan. So
Oh, wow.
that promotion was really great in Europe. They always bring former WWE superstars, Japanese wrestlers, Mexican wrestlers, and mix it with their European talent. So it was really huge. They traveled all Europe. And I had a chance with this promotion to be a part of that program. They picked me as they needed like an eye flyer, Italian one, and they mentioned my name, and we started this TV show in 2012, and then we did all the path until the semifinals. We passed the semifinal, and then we lost, but definitely was great. We didn't want to win, definitely not. It was impossible to win with wrestling in a talent show, but it definitely was good to don't lose immediately and to arrive into the finals, and then another thing that a lot of people didn't know, but I did 3 cinema movies in my country. Yep. It's a lot. I wasn't the starring, nothing like that. It was just like a regular part. So they pick us as a stuntman, and I did 3 movies. That's another great experience. The first one I did it when I was 19 years old. I was involved already in wrestling, so they saw me work in the ring, and then they called me because I was a pro wrestler. So when you're a pro wrestler, you're able to work as a stuntman too. It depends what kind of level, but the base stuntman, so the fighting and the bumps and all the dives, you can do it in the cinema. Then if you wanna do like a horse or weapons and cars, so the Fast and Furious stuff or crash accident, you have to pick a different degrees. So that was another good experience. 3 movies, and they pay you really well. You travel in a different part of the world too, so it's nice. And I have to be grateful because professional wrestling pretty much gave me everything. I met a lot of people. I did a lot of experiences in a young age, and even if you think about it, my daughter was born here. So I have a daughter. If I have a daughter, because I decided to move in this country and become a pro wrestler, and follow my dream pretty much. It wasn't for that, I don't have my daughter too. So wrestling gave me everything pretty much.
Oh, congratulations
who I am.
on the daughter.
Thank you. So that's why I love this business so much. It doesn't matter how hard it is, or sometimes if you don't understand why certain things, it doesn't go how do you want it. I think if you follow your heart, it doesn't matter where you'll be one day. You will be happy because you just follow where you want to do it in your heart. And that's the advice that I give to the young people, the Italian people that follow me, or the fans in general. I give the same advice. Don't listen what people think. Oh, well, listen, but don't take care too much of what they think. Pretty much, what matters, what makes you happy. That's the most important thing. That's people can think whatever they want, and you can accept critics and judge. You have to accept what people think, but you don't have to depend from their judge. And that's different. I know a lot of people, sometimes they stop following their dreams just because, I don't know, the society or your fathers or your parents, they want, I don't know, you have to become a doctor or you have to be that. No, it's your life, and what makes you happy is the most important thing. And then the people loves who you are, they will understand and they will follow you. Don't worry about it.
Right. That's amazing. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that.
And that's maybe the best advice that I can give, or maybe my story can be that kind of advice. Because if you think about a guy from Italy, when I was a kid, I always said in school, I want to become a pro wrestler, and you know, people are looking at me like, what you want to be? You know, it's in our country. I told you, it looks like being an astronaut. It's something like so far from our culture. Oh, you want to be that guy from United States? They beat each other, you know, in the ring like Hulk Hogan. You know, it looks like really something like, nah, it's impossible here. But I'm here right now, and I'm living my dream, and they pay me to do what I love. So, you know, that's the best example that I can give. I am the example, and it doesn't matter wrestling or something else. You can use this example for every single dream that you have. It doesn't have to be a pro wrestler, but it's the best example. Just don't listen. I never listen. I listen to everybody, but at the end of the day, I said, like, I want to do this, I want to do that, you know. And I remember, like, people tell me, like, no, you know, you want to move by yourself, you don't know anybody there. It doesn't matter, you know. I will meet people. You know. Yeah. And I never had afraid. You know, you have fear, but you can overcome the obstacles and the fear that you have if you really follow your heart and love something.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much, D3. Anyways, on this episode of Tea Time with Tommy, the Pro Wrestling Podcast. Last thing, where can people check you out?
Okay. Of course, on all socials. So Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Prince of Rome D3. I have a YouTube channel. You can watch all my matches, but not also matches. I have so many times I do a behind the scene. So what's going on behind the scene of that show? So all the sacrifice that we make in this career. You know, 2 weeks ago, I was working in Texas with Reality of Wrestling. The people don't know how many hours you drive, how many hours you fly, how that works. A lot of people don't know how many sacrifices you make. That's why I do hold the behind the scene things, so that people can understand, if you want to become a pro wrestler, that's pretty much the sacrifices and the passion that you have to do for this business.
Nice.
So if you take Prince of Rome, you can find me in all three.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Really, thank you for inviting me and for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, D3.
Hey guys, it's the Prince of Rome D3. Sì, il Principe di Roma. And please follow and listen the Tea Time by Do It Tommy. Please subscribe below and stay tuned for more episodes. Ciao.
Hey everyone, it's Brittany from Tea Time with Tommy, and don't forget to catch Tea Time with Tommy and click the subscribe button on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. And if you don't click the subscribe button, Tommy will be a very, very, very cranky old man. So let's not have that. So make sure you click the like and subscribe button.